thank you for watching. Whether you're watching this now or whether you're gonna do this sequence later. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay. As always, feedback is super helpful. So if at this weird time where you're trying to sort of develop your self-practice, you have any questions, oh Christ, I didn't mute myself here, just a minute. Okay, now I'm muted. Okay, yeah, so if you feel like you needed any guidance or have any questions as you try and develop more of a consistent practice when you're spending more time at home, then yeah, please do reach out. Yeah, I am obviously really passionate and believe in the sort of grounding power of having a yoga practice that you can lean on. That's going to look different from person to person. I think that's kind of the joy of it all. So yeah, feel free to give feedback, feel free to reach out, ask any questions at any time. But yeah, thank you for being here with me. So today we're going to go through a really deep and kind of stretchy, I guess, heart opening practice. We're going to be focusing on the Anahata chakra, the heart chakra. Physically, that means we're going to be looking at opening up through this heart space, through this chest area, and hopefully release a little bit of tension from the shoulders too. I'm sure a lot of us are feeling that kind of strain on the body as we navigate these times of maybe heightened worry, often tend to sort of close in on ourselves and adopt this kind of positioning. Yeah, we're going to try and remedy that just a little bit. Yeah, as I keep saying, super important with your home practice that you become really attuned to your own body, okay? Super important that you get really connected to those cues that your physical body will give you. Alright, so no competition here. Make sure whatever you're doing feels pretty okay. And yeah, listen to your body. We'll get into it, I think. So if you have a cushion, then feel free to use that. If you're pretty good on your knees and ankles and everything, then we're just going to come to a kneeling position. If this is uncomfortable for you, you've got a couple of options. You can either get a cushion and just prop it between your heels and your bum. That can feel kind of nice. Or you can just come and sit on your sit bones, on a cushion or on the mat, okay, if kneeling really isn't your friend. We're going to find ourselves here, and we're going to bring the hands to the top of the knees, okay? Palms down. Roll the shoulders toward the ears and then squeeze them down the back. And then just let them rest into place. From here we're going to close the eyes. So notice the position of your kind of head in space here. If you're kind of finding a bit of this going on, a bit of chin to chest, just try and lift a little. So we're already starting to get some length through the neck. The chin wants to be kind of parallel to the earth. We don't want to be tilting back. Okay, so a nice neutral head position where the neck is long but we're not straining. Again, eyes are softly closed, we're not screwing them together. Relax the jaw. Soft through the forehead, soft through the cheeks. We're just taking a moment of stillness, settling in with the breath. So allowing that breath to travel in and out through the nose. And just taking the gaze inward and noticing anything that's going on right now. Notice your body physically. Notice your mind. Create space for any and all emotions. Now this stillness is a really important part of any sort of yoga practice. Okay, we often want to skip straight into the fun and impressive looking asana. But oftentimes it's going to be that stillness where you find those little pockets of peace, where you find very small but significant transformation and shifts. So just be here, just for a moment longer. Eyes are softly closed so that you can't see me reaching down for my coffee. Nice, gentle, rhythmic breath in and out through the nose. Just clear that space for yourself. Okay, know there's nowhere else you need to be right now. I mean, that's probably more true now than ever. Give yourself this space. On a practical level, if it's the kneeling that starts to become uncomfortable, then shift onto your bum, okay? It's not important. If, however, it's the act of being still that brings the discomfort, then maybe we start to question why. Okay, do that inner work. Answer those questions. What are we avoiding? What do we not want to address or face? Now next inhale, let's send the arms all the way up to the sky. Okay, big sweep up. The palms are going to come together. We're not taking any grip here. The palms are just softly resting together. Reaching the arms up. Neck is nice and long. Okay. So try not to lose the neck as we bring the shoulders up to the ears. Okay. Elongate the neck. Bring the shoulders back down. Holding. Now start to deepen the breath here. Okay, we've really lengthened out through the body. We've already opened up a little bit of space, so breathe deeper. Take a big inhale, reach that a little bit taller. And as we exhale, cactus those arms by the side of the body, squeeze the shoulder blades together, finish the exhale. And inhale, send it back up. Exhale to cactus. Inhale back up. One more time. Exhale to cactus. And inhale back up. Exhale just lets the arms float down by the side of the body. If you're using a cushion here, then let's remove that. Set it aside. Okay, coming into a tabletop position, okay, all fours. So we've got the wrists, the elbows and the shoulder joints stacked, and hopefully we've got the knees and the hips stacked as well. So let's just take a little bit of movement here. Maybe after all that kneeling we just need to tap out the feet, okay, flex through the ankles, give it a bit of a shake off, okay, whatever you need. Settle into this posture. And then just to make sure that we're warming up through the spine, we're going to exhale, bring the chin to the chest and round off. Okay, so we're doming through the back here, chin to chest, finding that cat stretch. As we inhale, lowering the chest toward the earth, lifting the gaze up to the sky, open through the heart space. And exhale to round. Take 6 more breaths here, so work with your own breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Going as slow as you like, okay? Want to really feel that sort of mobilizing of the spine here. Nice and gentle. And then we're going to be back in that tabletop position. I mean, just turn our back in. It's going to be in the way. Back in our tabletop position. Okay, we're going to extend our left leg out long behind us. Toes are flexed down toward the earth. So just take a moment to notice that sensation. We're drawing up and in with the lower belly. So we're really engaging here. You can stay, if you've got that balance, stretch the right arm out long in front of you. So you're making this nice long line. Hold. Couple more breaths, building some fire in the body. And then when you're ready, float the knee back down, float the hand back down. Chin to chest, round the spine. Back to that tabletop position, other side, okay? Engage through the core, extend the right leg out long, toes flexing down to the earth. Drawing the lower belly up and in as we stabilize throughout the core, back muscles included. If you're ready, left arm goes long. And then lower the hand down, lower the knee down, chin to chest, round off through the spine. From this rounded position, tuck the toes. We're finding our first downward facing dog. Okay, so nice and mindfully making our way into this posture. We've got 5 breaths to really feel into this. So let's do a quick body scan, okay? Start by sending the awareness into the hands, okay? Let's think about the base of this posture. So the hands and the feet. Probably going to start up on the toes, that's absolutely fine, okay? Heels have plenty of time to try and connect with the earth, and if they never do, it really doesn't matter. We can take a bend to the knee if that helps the sit bones to stay higher. 2 more breaths. And then floating the knees to the earth, untuck the toes, this time hips back to heels, find your child's pose. Now for our first child's pose, let's keep the knees together and just melt the body down over the thighs. Sit bones are trying to find the heels, but if you find you're a little bit lifted, that's fine. And then we're meeting back in a tabletop position. So we've got a nice flat back. Okay, we're in that all fours position again. Best is doing my head in. Okay, so let's think about stacking those joints. Wrists, elbow, shoulder in one line. Left leg goes out long again. Okay, this time we're going to come onto the right hand. We're going to pivot on the right knee a little bit. We're going to lift, open the body out to the left arm goes to the sky. Gaze up, find your balance here. And then all in one movement, lowering back down, okay, into the next side. Stretch the right leg out long behind. We're going to tilt a little bit on that left knee, so the left toes come out to the left a little bit. Take the weight in the left hand, keep the right leg lifted, lift the right arm up, so we're open to this side. We're really testing our balance, okay? If you fall out, no drama. And then coming all the way back down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. From this down dog, we're tiptoeing the feet toward the hands. When we get there, we're going to find a nice ragdoll position. Feet are parallel to one another. Grab opposite elbows, let the head hang down. Knees are as soft as you need them to be. And make sure you can continue to breathe here, okay? Let fingertips float down in the direction of the mat. Bend the knees even more. Chin to chest. We're going to really slowly peel the body all the way up to a nice, powerful standing position. Okay, shake it off here if you need to. Loosen anything up. Find ourselves at the top of the mat. So again, feet come parallel. The toes are facing forward. We're going to inhale the arms up to the sky. Left hand is going to wrap it around the right wrist. And we're going to pull to the left. So we're really finding that space down the right side body. Back through center. Other side, right hand around the left wrist, pull to the right this time. Back through center, reach up. This time the gaze follows those thumbs. Look up, open through the throat, open through the chest. And then exhale, dives all the way down into a forward fold. Inhale, find that halfway lift with straight legs and a flat back. Plant the fingertips. Step the left toes to the back of the room. This time lower the left knee down, okay? Keep the left toe tucked to keep your balance. Coming up to this low lunge position, okay? And the fingertips flow upwards. Hold here. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Lift the left knee up and then take a big step forward, forward fold. Chin to chest as we peel all the way up. Nice and slowly roll into that standing position. And inhale, arms go up, gaze follows the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight legs, flat back. Plant the palms. This time the right toes go to the back of the room. Lower the right knee down. Keep the right toe tucked to steady yourself into this low lunge. Hold in here. Hands to the ceiling. Next exhale, hands windmill down to frame that front foot. Lift the right knee up, big step forward, forward fold. Chin to chest and peeling all the way up. So we should be starting to feel a lot more mobile through the whole length of the spine now. From this standing position, interlacing the hands at the base of the spine, let's pull the shoulders together and really open that chest. Okay, imagine we're radiating from that heart space. Look down, heel toe the feet, about mat width distance. Then we're going to soften the knees and we're going to dive the torso down, forward fold. Stay with me. Release the grip of the fingertips and let the hands float down to the earth. Step both feet toward the back of the mat to find your downward facing dog. Maybe we're starting to breathe a little bit deeper. Maybe we're already starting to feel a little bit more open and alive in the body. And then lowering the knees to the mat to find that tabletop position again. Okay, this top does not want to stay tucked in, but that's fine. Okay, so from our tabletop position, we're going to stretch our left toes toward the back of the room. Okay, this time they're not in the sky. The toes are tucked and they're at the back of the mat. Let's just rock that weight back through the left heel to open up a little bit through the hamstring. Again, we're always engaging through the core here. Now this time, we're spinning to the inner edge of the left foot as we find this slightly pivoted position on the right knee. The right arm stays down and the left arm goes up, and this time we're opening all the way over. So we've got this really open space through the heart. Hold in here, really breathing deeply into the body. And on your next exhale, windmill that hand back down to the earth, back to your tabletop. Now we're going to go straight into the other side, okay? So again, right toes go to the back of the mat now. The toes are tucked, and we're pressing out through the right heel to begin with, just looking for that space. Okay, so send the weight back, pressing through the hands. And then we're going to find that kind of weird little pivot on the left knee. Inside edge of the right foot's going to find the ground. Weight's in the left hand as well. And we open up. This time it's the right arm going up and open. So again, breathing deeply into that heart space. On an exhale, windmill that hand all the way down to the earth. We're back on both knees, untucked. The toes are untucked. Send the hips back to the heels. Find that child's pose. Nice and heavy with the torso here. Now you can keep this child's pose active by sort of pressing the earth away and keeping the elbows lifted off the ground. You can even come up onto the fingertips if that serves you, or the arms can just kind of lie nice and heavy on the ground. Maybe it feels good to have a rock side to side, massaging through those thighs. Beautiful. We're going to come into that tabletop position again. Okay, so getting quite familiar here now. Now, let's focus on keeping this alignment of knee and hip if we can. We're going to start to walk the hands toward the top of the mat, okay? So remember, bum is staying high here, sit bones still up. We want to avoid bringing the pelvis forward, okay? Walking the hands toward the top of the mat, so it's the heart space that is seeking the earth. If we're suspended here, fine. If you've got that room to start coming down a little bit further, then that is also fine. Working with your own range. All the while we're breathing, okay? Maybe it's the chin that comes down, maybe the forehead. And a little tip, if you can no longer breathe, you have taken it too far, so back off. We're here for a couple more. And let's start to really slowly walk the hands back in. We're finding our tabletop position. Okay, tuck the toes. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Again, so maybe you're feeling a little bit lighter and more spacious in the heart area. We hope so. Step the feet mat width distance. And then bring the heels slightly closer in together, so the toes are pointing to the outer corners, okay? Walk the hands back to the feet, and as we do so, drop the bum down toward the ground, so we find this nice deep malasana squat. Now with this, this posture, if you've got spacious hips and you don't have any holding off a lot of tension there, then you'll probably drop down here with relatively little effort, okay? If that's the case, you're cheating, okay? So let's lift the bum up a little bit, and then you should start to feel all the glutes and sort of hip area engage, okay? That's what we want. I know it's more fun to just drop down, but whatever. Likewise, this might be super challenging for some people, and you might sort of find yourself here really struggling. Okay, just breathe, let your breath sort of show you the way and open up more spaces, and just stay where it feels good, okay? We're trying to try and maintain a relatively straight back here. And hold. Maybe the hands come to heart space, or if you're struggling, then fingertips can be on the ground. Now wherever you are, hands come down to the earth. Start to walk them toward the top of the mat. Resetting yourself into a downward facing dog. Onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, butt goes high, gaze to the hands. You can step, float or hop to the hands to find that halfway lift position. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, this time rising up with a flat back, so we're coming all the way up. Big sweep to the sky. Hands come together, lower them through heart space. Let's pause. Big cleansing breath together before we continue. So inhale. Exhale, sigh. You can lower the hands, shake them off, open the eyes if you had them closed. Okay, we're going to take a step back with the left foot and then open to the side of the mat. Alright, so the feet should be parallel with the short edges of the mat now. From here, we're going to pivot again, bear with me, on the right foot. So the other right toes are facing back to the front of the mat, so where they were to begin with. Let's bend into the front knee, bring our arms out in line with the shoulders. We've got this strong warrior two position. If it's okay for your neck, gaze forward over the right middle finger and hold. Now we're going to seek some more space through this beautiful heart center. So wrap the left arm behind the back. Big breath in, swoops the right arm up and over as the gaze follows the hand. And as we exhale, we come back through that warrior two. Bring the right elbow down to the right knee. Left arm first goes up straight to the sky, and then if it feels good, all the way in line with the left ear. If you've got the space here, you can bring the right hand all the way down to the mat next to the right foot. And then both hands are going to be on the earth. Step the right hand to the outside of the right foot. We're pivoting on the back foot so that we are on the toes, okay? Now, we're going to stay on the left toes. We're going to straighten up through the right leg a little bit so that we're melting over it in this kind of modified pyramid posture. If it's not feasible for your hands to be on the floor, then just have a little play here. If you need to bend your knee some more, that's fine. Okay, we're just exploring space. Now, we need to go back where we came from. So, we're going to pivot on that back foot again. We're going to find ourselves in this extended side angle posture that we were just in. So, whatever variation you were. And then we're coming all the way back up to that reverse warrior. So left hand was behind the back, right arm was up and over. And then back to that warrior two, okay? Straighten through the leading leg. Pivot on the right toes. So now both feet should be parallel, okay? Parallel to one another, parallel to the short sides of the mat. Bring the hands to the hips. Circle the shoulders toward the ears and then down the back. And then we're going to edge into a forward fold. So hinging from the hips to come down. Awesome, bring the hands down to the earth. And just take the hips off side to side. Again, assessing space, checking in. Bringing hands back to hips. Let's come all the way back upright. Squeezing through the glutes, using all those lovely, by now probably super engaged muscles. Okay. We're going to go on the other side, okay? So this time pivot on the, what side is this? Left toes. So the left toes are facing the top of the mat, which is actually technically the back of the mat, okay? Can you see why we normally tend to face one way when we do classes? Because It's so much easier. Okay, so we're facing the back of the mat now. Let's bend into that left knee. Bring the arms in line with the shoulders. Find that strong warrior stance. Hold. Wrapping the right arm behind the body. Let's find that space. Big reach up and over with the left arm. Gaze follows the left fingertips if it feels okay. And then we're coming back through that warrior two. Looking for our extended side angle. Left elbow to the left knee. I'm going to show you this from the back okay, so you can hopefully get more of an idea. So we want to keep the body open here. The left elbow to the left knee. We start by bringing the arm to the sky, and then we can make that line, okay, from the right ankle all the way to the right fingertip. So hopefully we've got some kind of straight line. If you've got the space, left hand can come all the way down. And then bringing both hands down to the earth. Step the left hand to the outside of the left foot. Pivot on the right toes, okay? We're going to find that sort of modified pyramid here. So, we can start to straighten through that standing leg. We're still up on the tippy toes of the back foot. If this is super uncomfortable, again, if you've got tight hamstrings, we can keep a bend and just explore this part of the body. Okay, no pressure for anything to look any certain way. And now we need to get back to where we came from. Okay, so take a bend back into that left knee. Pivot on the right foot. Let's find that extended side angle. Again, always breathing space into that heart center. Lengthening the entire body, radiating that light. Coming all the way up through warrior two. Find that reverse. And back through your warrior. Straighten through the left leg. Pivot on the left heel. Feet are parallel to one another in line with the short sides of the mat this time. Interlace the hands at the base of the spine. Squeeze shoulders together. Let's start to fold. Soft through the knees, heavy in the head. That was an ill thought out maneuver because now my butt's just going to be in the camera, so I'm turning around again. Breathe into this fold. Again, really listening to your body. Breathing into your edge, wherever that is today. And always moving with a nice, compassionate energy. Okay, release that grip of the fingertips, let the hands float down to the earth. To find a little bit of softness in the knee, and this time we're going to try and roll all the way up. So take a roll all the way to standing. Awesome, we're going to take a big step forward to find ourselves back at the top of the mat. Legs might need a little bit of a shake out after that one, or maybe you're all good. Okay, top of the mat, feet parallel once more. Inhale, arms to the sky, big reach. Gaze follows the thumbs. Exhale, dive it all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Let's step it back to a high plank position. If you're pretty strong in your practice, you can come straight through your chaturanga. If not, knees to the earth, chest and chin to the earth. Inhale to roll up through a cobra. And exhale, we meet in a downward facing dog. So finding that vinyasa that works for you. Inhale onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, step, hop, float to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise with a flat back, fingertips up, gaze lifts, and exhale, dive it straight back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the palms now, step, float, or hop back through your high plank or your chaturanga. Inhale to find up dog or cobra. And exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Your practice, your vinyasa, your rules. When you get there, you can take 5 breaths in down dog or bring the knees to the earth and find your variation of child's pose. Whatever you decide, whether you're hanging out in down dog or whether you are taking a child's pose, close off the eyes, okay? Let's reconnect to the breath. Or sip your coffee like me. Three more breaths wherever you are. And wherever you are with the eyes closed and with that breath focus, think about all the points of contact between your body and the earth, okay? And allow that to really kind of ground you. We've got one more. And maybe you're in down dog, maybe you're in child's pose. Either way, we're going to meet in a tabletop position. Okay. Exhale, find that cow posture. Really dome through the shoulders. Pull the tailbone under. And inhale to drop the belly down. Lift the bum high, lift the gaze. Exhale to round off. And inhale to arch. Find that neutral, what's it called? Find that flat back, that neutral spine. Find that regular tabletop. Okay, left leg extends out behind us, toes flex down to the earth. Big exhale. Sorry, I cannot speak today. Big inhale. As we exhale, bring the left knee to the left elbow, squeeze it here. And then very slowly, with as much control as possible, left foot is going to find itself on the earth next to the left hand. Okay, it's got this kind of weird feeling lunge posture here. Stay with me. Right hand stays down. A big inhale sweeps the left arm up to the sky. So we're focusing again on lightening up through this heart space. Spiral the chest open. On your next exhale, bring that left hand all the way down. Find your way back into that tabletop position. Exhale, chin to chest, round off the spine. Inhale to arch the back, gaze up. Exhale to round. And inhale to arch. Now back through your neutral tabletop. When you're ready, let's stretch out that right leg long. Toes are facing down. Big inhale. And as we exhale, squeeze the right knee up to the right elbow. Hover. And then with as much control as you can manage, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Again, we find ourselves in this kind of weird feeling lunge-ish shape. Left hand stays down. Let's breathe it all in as we spiral our chest open to the sky. And remember to keep breathing here. If you're finding great difficulty in maintaining the breath, then maybe sort of close it off a little bit more. Okay? Big exhale, bring that right hand back down to the earth. And bring the right knee back to a tabletop position. From here, tuck the toes under. Let's send the hips up and back to that downward facing dog. So you should be feeling like we've got a heaps more space through the body, particularly through the chest and shoulders. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, sit bones stay high. Exhale, step flow, hop to the top of the mat. Find that halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up. All the way, all the way, all the way. Gaze follows the thumbs. Exhale, this time hands come to heart center. We're revisiting that malasana. Okay, so heel toe the feet back mat width distance and then pivot on the heels. We're going to drop the bum down, 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 down. And remember what we addressed earlier. If you find it super easy, just drop here. Okay, if you could stay here all day, then lift it up a little bit so that we're finding some more engagement. Couple more breaths. Wherever you are, if it's too much of a stretch to have your hands at heart space, fingertips can be on the earth. Wherever you are, bring the hands down. We're going to step it all the way back. Final downward facing dog. So breathe as deep as possible here. Take any movements that the body feels called to make. Last down dog. The rest of practice, we're going to be nice and close to the earth. When you're ready, lower the knees down to the ground. Untuck the toes, send the hips back to the heels. Find in a child's pose. Whatever child's pose variation you decide on, let the forehead rest toward the earth if it's not quite reaching. Let the eyes softly close and let the arms relax, okay? So you can keep them reaching out in front of you or they can wrap down by your sides, but either way we want to just let them go. Okay, let the weight of them just soften down to the ground. I'm going to take 3 more breaths. And then from your child's pose, you're going to find a way to wiggle the body all the way forward and down to come to rest on the earth. Okay, now both arms are going to come out long in this kind of T shape. If you don't have the space, you can cactus the arms, okay? You're going to start by bringing the left temple down to the ground. Now, stay with me here. Left arm stays where it is. Now we're going to start to twist the body open to the left. The right leg comes up and over. And the right fingertips can either stay on the mat or they can stretch out behind the body. And if you've got the space, you can even start to grab for the right ankle with the right hand. Okay, whatever sort of feels good for you, whatever serves you right now. Remembering to breathe the whole time. And then we're going to come all the way back, flat onto the mat. Make a cushion for the forehead with both hands and let it rest. And if you like, you can sort of sway the hips side to side to release any tension through the lower back. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that on the other side. So this time the right arm is long or cactus, okay? It remains there. You can bring the right temple down to the earth. Now left hand can either stay on the ground as we open the body to the right. Okay? Left hand can either stay on the ground or we can send it up and over. My plant obsession is getting in the way, so I don't have as much room as hopefully you guys have. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, we're going to release, roll back through center, cushion the forehead with the hands, and let the body rest. Okay, staying on our bellies, we're going to come up onto the elbows, okay? So, we want the shoulders and elbows in line, forearms are flat to the earth, okay, and the chest is lifted, and then sort of send the chest further forward, okay, so we're really trying to like wiggle it between the forearms, pelvis is pressed into the ground, the glutes are fired up. We're going to start to roll the left ear to the left shoulder, and then circling chin to chest, we're rolling the right ear to the right shoulder. And then left ear to left shoulder. And one more time, right ear to right shoulder. And chin back to chest, and then lifting the head up. Couple of breaths here. If it feels good and if you've sort of worked up a little bit more space in the back, you can come onto the fingertips perhaps and really open up through the front of the body. Now wherever you are, we're going to come all the way back down, hands slide under the shoulders, press the hips back to the heels, child's pose. Now walking the hands back to the knees, lifting up to that kneeling position. We're going to begin, we're going to finish just how we started, okay? So sitting down on the knees. If this is no good for you, just sit on the bum, on a cushion, okay, whatever you like. This time the palms are face up, shoulders down and away from the ears. Face soft, eyes closed, breath natural and fluid. Again, sink into this stillness and noticing what's there. And creating space, holding space for whatever is. Any feelings, any emotions, anything at all. Bring the hands to a prayer position at heart space. Taking one cleansing breath to close this practice. Nice, quiet, plain. Breathe it in as deep as possible. And exhale, sigh. Going to bow the forehead down to the fingertips. And when we lift the head, we're going to open the eyes and we'll smile. Namaste. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing another practice with me. Hopefully this served you in some way. As I said at the beginning, if you're trying to develop a kind of home practice during this time and are struggling or have any questions, then please feel free to reach out and ask. Likewise, if you had any requests of what you were kind of looking for from online classes, then just let me know, okay? Super open space, any feedback, any requests are always welcome. But that's us done. If you've got time to take a long meditation or a full shavasana, then please, 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 please do. It's the most important part of any practice. But it's always makes me sad the amount of people that just run away without doing it. So yeah, if you've got time, then please do. Yeah, I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay well. Thank you, thank you, thank you.